Hi guys, today I'm back with another Get Ready With Me. I'm going to be using some new makeup that I've gotten over the past few weeks. I got the new Bite foundation. I had you vote on Instagram yesterday if you wanted to see the Bite foundation or the CoverGirl Skin Milk in this video, and it was like $49.51 for Bite. So I'm going to use that today and do some face swatches, but I will review both of those foundations, and I've got some new Maybelline items, new Buxom mascara, a couple of things to test out, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start out with some lip prep just because I've got a couple items. I wanted to test out this Buxom Powerful Lip Scrub, and it's supposed to be like passion fruit, and I think passion fruit is one of the most beautiful looking fruits, like especially when it's in a fruit bowl with like a bunch of other fruit. The fact that it's like black and white just looks so cool, and the ones that are like really pink look amazing too. So it feels good. I feel like I need to use it a little bit more to get down to the scrubby layer, and it does actually leave a bit of a balm, but I did want to use this to prep my lips with. It's the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm, and I've really been liking this. It like really sticks around the lips, feels really hydrating, softening. I wish it had a little bit less of like kind of a milky color because I don't love the color that it gives to my lips. I wouldn't necessarily pop it on like when I'm out, but I have been wearing it at home and it feels really good. But it is a lip treatment. Like, it's not supposed to be a lip balm, but it would be nice if it had a little bit less milkiness of a tint, but the actual formula itself is great. Then for my primer, I'm going to use the Bite Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer. So they have two of these. This is the one for normal to oily skin. When you look at the packaging, there's one for like, I guess, dry to normal that has more of a shine on the package, and then the one that's more matte is for more oily skin. And I am so warm today. I know it's like the dead of winter, but oh my god. When I was just setting up my lights and stuff, oh, I was sweating. Like, I've talked about this before, but I have a sweaty face. Like, even though I'm not that oily anymore, or as oily, I guess, more combo, my face, like, oh god. It's so bad. That's why I always film in tank tops and stuff. I've had people say before, like, oh my god, aren't you cold? But like, first of all, you know, I'm in an apartment. I have heat. But my apartment, like, never gets cold, pretty much. We never really have to turn on the heat. Besides, like, you know, we turn it on for the cats, but like the little individual heaters, but the actual heat we rarely use. So anyways, for the foundations, this is the Bite Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. Honestly, I have not read anything on this. I have not watched anything on it. I wanted to test it out for myself, and then when I go to review it, then I'll kind of do a little bit more research. But I have three different shades that they sent me, so I don't even know if these are gonna work. Okay, so this one is T105. And we have T110. Oh, that's it. Wow, good shade match. And T1, or no, sorry, T1, hold on. I'm confused. T100. Okay, so T105, T110. No! It's early morning. It's, what time is it right now? 7:35. Okay, T105. No, yes. It's also been a little while since I filmed a video, so I'm kind of loopy. T105, T100, T110. So T100 is definitely more neutral, and although it's a higher number than the T100, it's definitely a better shade match. So that's actually really good because they just kind of sent me shades. Like, sometimes brands will ask you, you know, what shade do you think you are? Sometimes they won't. But what often happens is I'm sent shades that are way too dark for me. Or like, I've talked about this before, but I've been at events where they're like, we have a lead makeup artist, or like, we have a new tool to test out that like shows you your exact foundation match, and then it will match me to like rich mahogany, and I'm like, I'm not that dark. I'm just not. Or yeah, like a person will like reach for like a really deep shade, and I'm like, I promise you that's not gonna work on me. And then people are always surprised. I also find that about with my hair too. People always think it's going to be much harder to work with than what it is, because although it's very curly and I have a lot of it, it's like a medium texture. It's not super coarse, and it straightens really well, or quite well, depending on, you know, your tools and stuff. Or it also like lifts really easily when I go to get my highlights. Like, they always like open up the foil and they're like, oh! So this is all a lot more agreeable than it looks. So I think this looks really nice. I think some people were like kind of confused about like why did they say it was a micellar foundation? And I have not looked into it. I will before my review and see what they had to say about it. I think what would be really cool is if at their lip labs they started doing foundations, because you know, some people, like, it's the same as their lipsticks, like some people just want to go buy a bullet, other people want to go and get matched. So it'd be incredible if you could go in and find your perfect foundation shade. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, I think the shade match looks quite good. It's a little bit shiny. I am a little bit shiny today, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy with that shade match. For my concealer, I just grabbed this from my monthly makeup basket. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin, and while I've been using the foundation a ton, I haven't been using the concealer a ton, not for any particular reason, but I do like it, so I wanted to reach for it. I'm just gonna put that under my eyes. And as I mentioned recently, I have been filling in my eyebrows again for no reason. I went about a year without filling them in because I've been getting them threaded, and I find ever since I also started getting them threaded, I used to get them done like every 3 weeks when I first started, and now I can go quite a long time. And I was talking to my brow girl Mia, and she was saying it's because we're kind of following the natural path, I guess, of my brow. We're not trying to like force it into a new shape, so then when it grows back, it's not growing back as a new brow that like desperately needs to be shaped again, if that makes sense. But yeah, I've just been filling it in, just, I don't know, for funsies. I like to mix up my routine, but I don't, like, I talked about this in a recent video, I don't really fill it in that much. Just gonna pat out this concealer under my eyes. This one is in the shade 303, I believe. Everything will be listed down below. But it's like a good shade because it's not too light under my eyes. So if you tend to be my shade in foundation, but you don't like how light I may go under the eyes, this is a good one. And the concealer itself is really nice. I've got a ton of cream products to use, so I can't forget. The first that I'm going to use is from CoverGirl. This is from the Clean Fresh line. This is a vegan cream blush, and it's in the shade Butterflies. The thing with this and the lip oils that came out with the Skin Milk is they're both limited edition, which is kind of annoying to me. Oh, this is like a little bit metallic. Can you see? I was expecting it to be more cream. Like cream finish, obviously it's a cream blush. It's metallic, but I don't think there's like shimmer in it. But Maybelline did just come out with their own cream blushes, which I don't believe are limited edition. I went pretty light on it just because I was scared, but it's very pretty actually. It gives a nice sheen to the skin, and this shade Butterflies is really gorgeous. I just wish it wasn't limited edition. I'm kind of over limited edition makeup, honestly. I feel like it used to be like a really fun thing, and you know, like MAC would have a new collection all the time, or whoever. But now I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of us are kind of over it. We're over like, or I don't know, I'm not gonna speak for a lot of us, but I'm gonna speak for myself. But I feel like it's a whole like, oh my god, waiting for something to drop, going online, and then trying to get it, and then you get it, and then it's sold out, and then there's a restock. Like, I don't know. I'm not into it. That actually turns me off now. I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm gonna buy it, and then for me anyways, personally and professionally, then I can't really mention it again on my channel, or I'm hesitant to mention it again. Then I end up getting rid of a lot of like my limited edition stuff, especially like holiday palettes and things, because although it can be useful in like a shop my stash and stuff, like I just am hesitant to reach for it. Then on my cheeks, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Chrome Jelly Highlighter in Metallic Rose. I really love the e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter, so let's see what's up with this. It's like, oh, so annoying. I'm glad it's sealed, but it's the kind of seal that's like hard. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Can't tell if it's spilling or not while I'm trying to get it to focus. That's what it looks like. Top of the cheekbones, and then I'm gonna use this, I believe it's a Quo brush. Yeah, Quo, which I really like. I like it for setting my under eyes, and I like it for like this kind of thing. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think this sets quite quickly, so that's why I didn't put it on my other cheek. I had a feeling. It looks pretty, and it's not like too shimmery or glittery. I don't know that like people are gonna be jumping at like a jelly highlighter just because it seems really intense. It's like a weird texture. People might not like, you know, if you're just like walking through Walmart or Shoppers, if you're just like have a couple minutes to get ready in the morning before work, are you really going to be wanting to reach for a jelly highlighter? I don't know, but I feel like this and the e.l.f. highlighter that are both jelly are really nice textures. I'm not going to put on too much just because my freaking face is so shiny today. It's not the foundation, like, well, it might be, but before I started filming, I was like, oh, your girl is shiny today. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Shiseido Synchro Skin Invisible Loose Powder. This comes in a radiant and a matte formula. I'm going to use the radiant under my eyes today, and then I'm going to use the bite powder on the rest of my face. And this is a Morphe E49. I love this for setting my under eye. So I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like it mattified, but also looks kind of radiant under my eyes, which is interesting. I definitely prefer like a more yellowy powder under my eyes, but I think it looks good. Then to set my face, this shade looks a little light, but let's try it anyways. This is the Flexible Coverage Press Powder from Bite in the shade Tan 1. It looks really light in the pan, but because it's not like a powder foundation or anything, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead now and bring you in for my eyes. I'm gonna be using this new Maybelline palette from Maybelline, the Nudes of New York palette, which looks pretty interesting. So let me zoom you in. So here is the palette. I think it's a really pretty selection of shades. It's not like life-changing, but I think it's really pretty. I do feel like this lilac is a little misplaced. Like this shade is complementary to it, this shade is too, but I'd love to see like a shimmery purple or a little bit of a deeper purple in there too, so you could really get the whole purple color story. But it is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this shade here. And historically, Maybelline palettes, so bad. But they've really turned around. I feel like the City Minis were really good. I liked the Lemonade and the Jelly palette that they came out with. They've definitely gotten better because drugstore eyeshadow palettes like Wet n Wild I think was always the best at the drugstore for eyeshadows, but then NYX was always really good too, but never had, like, now NYX has a bajillion palettes to choose from and it's more readily available than it was before. L'Oreal was okay. Rimmel is really, really good. Their new palettes. CoverGirls are really good. And I think Maybelline was like a little bit late to the good drugstore eyeshadows, but they're here now, so. This is all just that one shade. And this is a matte. I think it's blending really nicely. I think it has good pigmentation. I used my concealer as my primer. I'm gonna take this shade here, the kind of maroon, and just kind of deepen up the outer corner and a smidge on the outer lower lash line. I often get questions about the brushes that I use, mostly for eyes. Honestly, my eye brushes are just like all over the place. Like this is a Sephora brush, like I have no idea where I got it. All of my eye brushes, like this, where is it? This Ipsy brush I used in my first YouTube video ever in November of 2012. So like my eye brushes are not new, that's why I don't really talk about them, but face brushes, I do have several videos on my favorite, like my must-have makeup brushes, plus I've got a video just on e.l.f. brushes. Like I was talking about shade selection, we have 3 kind of matte shades here, and no, 4. So while I appreciate that like this one will look really good on deeper skin and so will this one, and this one is better for lighter skin, I just kind of feel like they're not going to be pigmented enough that it really justifies having 4 of these in here versus having like a better selection, some more actual contrasting mattes in here. But anyways, I'm going to take the shade Fighter here on the lid, and then I think I'm going to take this on the inner corner. And I didn't put down any extra primer. Ooh, yes, okay. This is the quality we've been looking for. And just pop those on the inner corner. And I think you could get the eyeshadows even more metallic if you put down another, like an eyeshadow base or used a wet brush, but I'm good. So I went ahead and lined my eyes with this L'Oreal Matte Signature eyeliner. It's in a really beautiful burgundy shade. This style of eyeliner is not my favorite. Personal preference, I like a pen style because I'm not good at doing eyeliner, but this shade was really, really pretty. I think it's super matte, and the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead, oh no, I've got mascara. I have the Buxom Extrovert mascara. So let's try this guy out. It's got kind of like a twisted brush. Oh, camera's gonna die. Okay, go, go, go. Switch out the battery. This is super wet formula. Oh, whoa. This builds so quickly. Look at that. Wow. That gives tons of volume, a little bit clumpy, but I actually don't mind that. Okay, camera died, but we're back. I used the Buxom mascara and then used just a little bit of the Rimmel Wonderfully Real. I do like the Buxom mascara, but I feel like it's very wet and a lot of product came out, so it gave me like super black, tons of volume, but it started to get on the clumpy side, so I just kind of brushed it out with the Rimmel. So I feel like when that dries out just a smidge, it's going to be really, really good, or a good layering mascara. I love to layer my mascaras, like one that's super voluminous with one that's a little more lengthening, and you just get like that perfect effect. So I feel like it almost gave like a false lash effect because it does look quite full. So let's go ahead and move on to bronzer. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This is not new, but she is a part of my project pan. So if you missed that, I have about maybe 12 products or so that I'm hoping to use up or just focus on this year. And we were chatting about it in the comment section because like I don't really watch Project Pan videos, but it was a request from you to do one this year. So I was like, okay. And I was asking you how often you wanted to see updates. Some people said people do them monthly, which like I just feel like that's, ooh, no, everything's gonna fall. That to me just seems excessive to do it monthly. I'm like, what could I have to say month to month about the same grouping of 12 products? And I guess like you could like measure it out and show it, but I don't know, that to me just doesn't seem interesting. No offense if you do that, because I know the Project Pan community is like, it's a whole thing, and like there's certain things that happen on YouTube that like, I'm like, I don't get that, you know? Like I don't get the appeal, but I'll probably do it every 3 or 4 months. And I have weighed the products, and I've also like marked on the liquids. So we will see how that goes. I love this blush. Oh my God. Mellow Wine from Wet n Wild, one of the new ones, but I don't remember it looking like, I remember it being a little more shimmery than this. I feel like this is a little more matte and more pigmented. Ooh, I love it with this eye look. I'm gonna glue down these brows with the Benefit. Still on the Benefit Brow Setter game. Nothing new there. For highlighter, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Hello Halo blush lighter. I'm probably going to mix these two together, actually. I did a video in December about their new products, like a whole try-on, and I'm going to do another video once I have all of their lipsticks and stuff, like a lip swatch video and everything. They really, they did a great job with their launches this year. Pretty. It's really glowy, but like looks really soft, I feel like. Soft in the sense that like, it looks kind of diffused on the skin, doesn't look like chunky or shimmery, or like obviously it's highlighter, but gonna wipe off this Too Faced. Makes your lips feel so good. I leave a little bit on, and then for my lips, I'm going to use some of these. These are their reformulated matte lip crayons from Bite. Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayon. So I'm going to start with the shade Acai Smash. Oh my God. So pigmented. Packaging is a little bit different. I love that they put the color on the bottom and that the Bite matches that color, and then it's got that kind of classic Bite curve on the top. Then I wanted to put like something in the middle, and I was thinking about trying this in the middle, which is Stinger. It's really bright. Like kind of ombre, but kind of mixed together. I feel like my skin looks really, really good, both in person and when I kind of peek at my viewfinder here. I'm definitely shiny, but that's kind of me right now and today. It's just a shiny day. But I think it looks really, really good. This is my first time trying out pretty much everything today, besides a couple of the things that I mentioned, and I really love the way that this look turned out. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for foundation reviews on both the Bite and the Skin Milk. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to test. I do have the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer that I want to review. Those are kind of my top 3 at the moment that I want to review, but let me know down below what else you would like to see from me, and thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye!